For about 4 or 5 weeks, Arteta routers, Arsenal's detractors have pushed this narrative of pray for Real Madrid. Pray for Madrid. Pray for Madrid. The amount of online Madrid fans, I'm not talking about born and bred Madristas. I'm not speaking about people that have been supporters of that club 20, 30, 40 years that understand the game. All I saw online from a lot of Madrid fans, Arteta routers, and of course people that dislike Arsenal, no chance, zero chance. They're going to get battered over 2 legs. There's not a cat's chance in hell they can go through. Now it's halftime. It's halftime. They've got to go to the Santiago Bernabeu, the most intimidating place on earth on Champions League nights, and see this through. Arsenal have to go and do that still. But the categoric disrespect that there was no chance, can we now stop that as football fans? Can we now, at long last, stop that notion of zero chance? Pray for Madrid. Ha, ha, ha. We're going to get battered. The amount of Arsenal fans I saw say that in the last few weeks, I just thought it almost willing it to happen. There's that. The injury crisis that Arsenal have been through. The fact that they fell out of the Premier League race early and were criticised. There was so much pressure on them tonight, on Mikel Arteta, to turn up, to deliver in a European knockout game. And my God, did they do it. My God, did they turn up tonight. The shape was excellent. Barring a loose pass from Saka in the opening couple of minutes and 2 loose passes from Kivior in the opening 15 minutes, a little bit of nerves. This was the greatest performance in the modern day era for Arsenal. Since they went to the Bernabeu and beat Real Madrid nearly 20 years ago, may have even been 20 years ago, this is the greatest performance. Home or away, it's against European royalty, heritage. This fixture led to Arsenal fans mocking their own club with Pray for Madrid, as an example. No one gave them a chance, really. Not in the online community. And the way they stepped up tonight. First of all, I'm going to talk about players in a moment. Mikel Arteta. Yes, he's still got to win major trophies. Yes, he's got to get Arsenal over the line. No one is taking that away for this performance. But what he did tonight, this is a match reaction. This is the highlights of this evening's game. What he did tonight, take a bow, that man. Mikel Arteta. And I'll give you an example. He picked Kivior when I think everyone, including me, said, got to find a way. Rice maybe dropping deep. Maybe you've got, Ben White at right back, Timber in the middle. 99.9% of Arsenal fans said he can't pick Kivior. But Arteta got it right. And you've got to praise him for that. He set up the way he has slowly brought Saka back and given him the time and the minutes. The fact that he has persevered so far with Merino. And a lot of people, including me, after those couple of games against West Ham and Southampton, it was maybe he should be an impact. But he's carried on playing him, and they've kept on performing. Every single element tonight by Mikel Arteta, spot on. I want to shout out Miles Lewis-Skelly. Miles Lewis-Skelly has been one of the most abused football players I've seen for doing nothing wrong. Didn't cheat on his wife. Didn't sleep with a teammate's girlfriend. Hasn't been caught doing drugs. Hasn't beaten anybody up. Hasn't stubbed a cigar out in someone's eye at training, but got more abuse than any of those players. The performance from that young man tonight to stop Rodrigo, first and foremost, elite. His ability on the ball. There was 2 or 3 passes from Lewis-Skelly in the first half that cut through Madrid like a hot knife through butter. Outstanding performance from that young man. Question his temperament again. As a fellow Englishman to Miles Lewis-Skelly, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. What a performance. Thomas Partey, probably the best I've ever seen him play in an Arsenal shirt. He dominated that midfield. Okay? Moreno up front. Took his goal brilliantly. Was a thorn in the side of Real Madrid all night. And tactically, I want to mention something. The way he was dropping deep was causing havoc for those Real Madrid centre-backs. Do we come? Do we go? And because he was dropping deep, he was pulling centre-backs out of position. And then Rice was coming in from deep. There was underlapping, overlapping, flapjacks, backtracks, everything. Whatever the tacticos call it. Brilliant performance from him. Listen, he got a goal cleared off the line by Alaba. Then he scores a brilliant strike, making it 3-0. Martinelli, I thought, had another solid performance. He was so dangerous on that right-hand side and sort of unlucky, really, not to get an assist or a goal tonight, but it was a top performance. There's Bukayo Saka, who, again, I saw a lot of Arsenal fans fuming that he was returning. And maybe tonight was why. Maybe tonight is why a certain percentage of Arsenal fans who wanted to lose were fuming that Saka was back. They'll hide behind the, I just care about his body. You don't. You were just fuming that he might do this. And I want to say this, Don, if you're watching, Chelsea Don, if you are watching, this is my message, and it isn't a dig. Don has said this many times. Show me a top-class Saka performance where he didn't score or assist. Tonight is that night. Just remember it. Anytime anyone says, well, tell me about a performance where Saka didn't score or assist, but he was world-class at home against Real Madrid, where Arsenal slapped them up 3-0. That's your answer. I thought Odegaard tonight, the captain knitted it all together. I love the way he kept the game ticking over. I love the way he did that. There was a few times where I thought he could have done a bit better on the ball. But in terms of the tempo of the game, the temperament, keeping everybody in shape, he led brilliantly. But the star man tonight, and I'm saving tonight's best till, and I may have missed someone, and Saliba played well, Timber played well. I know Raya did a good job at the back, right? But Declan Rice, I love, when the goals went in, I went mental. And I'll tell you why I went mental. I rate Declan Rice. I don't like the way he's spoken about. I don't like the way he's treated. I thought his performance, forget the free kicks. We'll come back to those Beckham-esque motherfuckers in a minute. The performance, the runs from deep, the breaking up of play. Again, I think the best he's ever put in, performance he's ever put in an Arsenal shirt. It was absolutely phenomenal beyond belief. 8.5, 9 out of 10 for his play. And there was 2 or 3 runs he made deep where Lewis Skelly found him twice. And if it hadn't have been for some brilliant defending, I think from Asensio and Valverde, he probably would have scored before the free kicks. But the free kicks, listen, I'm very fortunate. I grew up watching Beckham curl them in from left, from the right. I grew up in the era where Jorginho and Roberto Carlos were taking free kicks. I'm fortunate. I grew up in the best era of free kick takers in the history of football. Those 2 tonight from Declan Rice are as good as anything I've seen. But, and there's a huge Kardashian thing here, right? There's a massive but in this conversation. I don't remember, and I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but I don't remember ever, point blank, in the history of Champions League football, or even in my lifetime in English football, 2 free kicks back-to-back of that quality. You throw in the sides of the game, and listen, I'm consistent. The more pressure, the more high-profile a game, the more those goals mean. So you may see someone curling a free kick like that this week in a dead rubber in the Championship or a dead rubber in the Premier League. It's not as hard as that. Those free kicks, the swerve, the swaz, the movement on that first free kick. Look where the ball is. Look where the ball is. The swerve was out of this world. Do you know what I love as well? Because Declan Rice's technique ain't particularly great. It doesn't look, he's not very poetic, right? But the first one was out of this world. The second one, God, I think Courtois knows what he's going to do. And he still swerves it into that top corner. He still makes it unsavable. And he kind of hit the free kicks like he crosses his corners with pace, speed, and whip. They were just majestic. And listen, Arsenal fans, rival football fans, enjoy tonight. Gooners, I do promote the message of don't count your chickens before they've hatched. Don't say we're through. Don't, and that's you saying don't say we're through. Don't go around saying that's it. This is going to be easy. You've still got to go and get a result in the Bernabeu, okay? You need to be professional. You need to work your bollocks off as a team, and you need to get behind them and support them. That being said, enjoy tonight. Enjoy tonight. Just party. If you drink, have a bevy. If you do a bit of shisha, boom. If you're at home with the missus, boom. Whatever it is you're going to do, right? Enjoy yourselves tonight. Party, have fun. Just Embrace it. Football is about these moments. Yes, you want to get to the pinnacle, which is lifting the trophy, but enjoy the journey. Enjoy it. Very few teams in Champions League history do what Arsenal did tonight to Real Madrid. It was clinical. It was potent. It was scary what Arsenal did this evening. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Pray for Madrid. You're damn fucking right. That's all they have left now is prayers. They are praying that Arsenal get more injuries and that Arsenal don't turn up or they get stuck in customs or something like that goes on, because Real Madrid are now going to have to put in one of their greatest ever performances in this competition to stay in it. And if Arsenal do go through, I just want to throw a few things out there. If they go through, Madrid haven't been knocked out in the quarterfinals of the Champions League since 2004. That is the size of the task that was ahead of Arsenal before a ball was kicked tonight. No recognized striker. An injury plague still. And they're nowhere near Real Madrid level, right? That's why I Pray for Madrid was trending. And they put in that masterful, almost once-in-a-lifetime performance. Congratulations to Arsenal on your win tonight. The second leg, I'm excited as a football fan to watch it. Declan Rice, Moreno, Saka, Lewis Skelly take a bow tonight. But the master of what happened this evening, Mikel Arteta, he deserves flowers. Doesn't matter if you love him or hate him, whether you want him in or out. Tonight, honestly, I'm going to tell the panel now. If any of you start talking about the future and sacking and what, I'm kicking you off. Tonight's about, if you're not celebrating tonight's game, you're not welcome on the football terrace. I mean it. I genuinely mean it. Because I don't want to be put in a bad mood. I want to be celebrating. We're not even got on to Harry Kane bottling it tonight. That's coming later in the show. I can't wait to speak about like I keep getting called out when I speak about legacy and players delivering in games that could lead to winning trophies. And everyone says you can't judge football based on that. And those same ignoramuses will go, you see, Kane bottle it in another big game. Oh, what? You mean the big games that if he scores in and leads to a trophy, you then take away from his legacy because somebody else got more nominations on a Ballon d'Or? Fucking knobheads. Absolutely ridiculous take. But listen, hit the like.